Live from the local station, News 4 Jax starts now.
A revelation in court today about this retired Navy captain on trial. His attorney saying today he did have an affair with an employee's wife. That mention of an affair during opening statements in John Nettleton's case is significant because the former commanding officer at Guantanamo Bay originally denied the affair when the employee, Christopher Tur, disappeared and was found dead in the water.
Yes, so Nettleton is accused of hindering the investigation into Tur's disappearance and death in 2015. Investigators say on the last night Tur was seen alive, he and Nettleton got into a fight over the affair. Now, Nettleton is not charged in Tur's death, but is accused of obstruction of justice and lying. News 4 Jax reporter Vic Micolucci joining us live from the federal courthouse with what else happened in court today. Vic?
And defense attorneys told the jury for the very first time that there was indeed an affair between Nettleton and Chris Tur's wife. They also admitted that there was a fight, but they said it was in self-defense. On the other hand, prosecutors with the U.S. Attorney's Office say this was a deliberate cover-up that caused a lot of problems. We also heard from a couple key witnesses today. Federal prosecutors began opening arguments this morning, telling the jury of 12, many of whom with military ties, about an alcohol-fueled fight where both Captain John Nettleton and Chris Tur, a civilian employee on base, exchanged punches over an affair between Nettleton and Tur's wife. The fight happened at Nettleton's on-base home, and both sides agree after that, Tur disappeared. But prosecutors and the defense disagree on what happened after that. In his beginning statement, a defense lawyer for Nettleton said his client did punch Tur one time to protect himself, claiming Tur was irate, intoxicated, and abusive of his wife. Investigators never figured out what happened next, leading to Tur's body found floating in the bay. The cause of death was drowning, but an autopsy found Tur had broken ribs as well. Prosecutors say Nettleton never told other staff about the fight, instead saying Tur was last seen at the officers' club. That misled search crews, they say, who looked for Tur on hiking trails and in the hills instead of near Nettleton's house. Defense attorneys paint a different picture, saying Nettleton gave Tur a bag of ice and a paper towel after the scuffle, and that he did genuinely think that Tur went back to the club. They also say Nettleton didn't talk about the fight or the affair in order to protect the careers of both Chris Tur and his wife, Laura, who was a manager on the base. Prosecutors say Nettleton told Laura Tur not to tell anyone, even detectives, about the affair. A key witness was the base's public relations officer, Kelly Werfel. She was friends with the Turs and with Nettleton and was with them that night. She testified that Tur called her after the fight saying, "I just knocked the skipper out." However, she claims she thought it was a joke and didn't report it officially until the next day. Jacksonville attorney John Phillips represents Tur's family, who want Nettleton to pay the price for his actions that night 5 years ago this week.
Certainly it's hard to judge a movie by the first 15 minutes. This is going to be a long 3-week trial, but the prosecution is doing an effective job on behalf of the family.
What do you think about the defense's arguments?
You know, right now it's kind of scattershot.
And court wrapped about 20 minutes ago for the day. Shortly after that, I did go up to Captain Nettleton and his defense team, asked them if they had any comments, and they said, no, not right now. They're saving that for the courtroom. Coming up tomorrow, though, we will have some more key testimony from witnesses, including the retired captain's daughter, who was in the home at the time of the fight, and Laura Sabinosh Tur, Christopher Tur's wife. We'll have more tomorrow. For now, we're live downtown. I'm Vic Micolucci, Channel 4, the local station.